In this video, we'll show you how to install a high-performance Rockford Fosgate audio system on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Hey, welcome back. I'm Eric, and today we're going to install an HD9813SGU-STAGE1 on this cool 2008 Electra Glide Ultra Classic. We'll get started by using the thumb screw to remove the seat, and then use a 10mm socket to disconnect the battery negative. Now we're ready to remove the fairing. First, we'll install the service cover on the fender. We also need to protect our front marker lights, so we'll turn them slightly to the side in order to give us some clearance. Then we'll use some velvet covers or tape some microfiber claws around them. We'll use a T27 Torx driver to remove 4 bolts on the inside, 2 of which are located between the forks. Then we'll use a T25 Torx to remove the 3 bolts that hold the visor in place. Now, it's best to have 2 people for this step. One to hold the fairing in position and the other to remove the screws. Once we pull down on the fairing, we'll disconnect the headlight harness and then remove the fairing from the bike. Now we're ready to remove our speakers. We'll start by detaching the speaker wires from each one. Note that the white wire with the red stripe is the positive and the other wire is negative. We'll use a 3/16 Allen driver to remove 1 bolt from the fairing support bracket. Then we'll switch to a T25 Torx to remove 3 screws from the speaker and carefully remove it. Once you're done, repeat the process on the other side. Now that that's done, we're ready to remove the factory radio. First, detach the OEM harnesses from the radio by lifting up on the tabs, then pulling the harness out. Then remove the antenna. Detach any accessories that are mounted to the top of the radio as well. Then, using a long reach 3/16 Allen or L wrench, remove the top 2 screws holding the main support bracket and 2 screws from each side of the radio. Take note that the access hole allows you to reach the front screw. Once you're done, carefully remove the radio by sliding it out from the back. Now we're ready to remove our TourPak speakers. To get started, use a T9 Torx driver to remove 4 screws holding the grill and speaker in place. Remove the grill and speaker, then detach the speaker wires. Note which wires are positive and negative. And once you're done, repeat the process on the other side. Now we're ready to install our new source unit. To get started, use a clean, slightly damp microfiber cloth to remove any dust around the fairing's opening. Then insert the radio at an angle into the rear bracket housing. Be careful with the front of the radio not to hit the gauges or catch anything around the rubberized dust shield. Slide the radio into the fairing opening, then slide the chassis down into place. Use a 3/16 Allen to secure the radio using the existing 4 bolts on the sides, then secure the top 2 bolts into the radio bracket. Once we're done, reconnect the OEM harnesses and antenna. Take note that we're not using the RCA output harness supplied with the radio since we're going to use the high-level outputs. But on this motorcycle, we're going to use the AUX input, so we'll go ahead and use a T10 Torx to open the access door and plug the harness in with the catch prong facing up until it clicks into place. We want to talk about the USB input on the radio, which allows you to charge your phone, play music, and make software updates. Now, you have several options for this cable. The first one is leave the cable as is, but that will require you to remove the fairing to make any software updates. Second option is to zip tie the USB extension to the harness in between the forks. Now, that's not very convenient either. The third is replace the cigarette lighter with our USB and zip tie it to the handlebar since the grommet fits perfectly. Now, we're going to actually show you a fourth option which replaces the cigarette lighter with our universal USB and 3.5mm panel mount accessory. This optional adapter provides a convenient flush mount USB port to charge your mobile device, play your music through the USB drive, allow you to make software updates, and coolest of all, connect your non-Bluetooth audio devices into the radio's auxiliary input. This will give you direct access to all your music. Now we're ready to install our new speakers. The TMS5SG speakers included in your kit contain replacement bezels, grills, and screws. Be sure to use this hardware that accommodates a slightly different mounting depth and trim ring. Position the speaker with the logo facing down and the thick bezel facing up. Insert the two longer screws into the top of the speaker and secure them in place using a number 2 Phillips. Then use a 3/16 Allen driver to secure the fairing support bracket back in place. Using the shorter screw, attach the bracket and finish securing the speaker. Now, reattach the speaker wires with white going to positive and black going to negative. Once you're done, repeat the process on the other side. Now we're ready to install the speakers in our TourPak. To get started, attach the speaker wires to the terminals, noting the proper positive and negative terminals. Then place the speaker and grill assembly in the TourPak while aligning the logo toward the bottom. Then we'll use a 2mm Allen wrench and the 4 supplied screws to secure the speaker and speaker grill in place. Once you're done, repeat the process on the other side. Now we're ready to go ahead, reassemble the bike, reconnect our battery negative, and replace the seats. Now that we have the bike reassembled, we're ready to test and tune the system. Now we offer this free tuning guide that's available in the description of this video and through this kit's product details page at rockfordfosgate.com. The guide illustrates what tuning preset to use based on the speaker configuration of your motorcycle. Now the names of the presets may vary based on the software version of your source unit. You can always download the latest software at rockfordfosgate.com. So go ahead and use this guide to select the proper preset. Once selected, the radio will take a few moments to load the desired tuning profile. As you can see, that install is pretty straightforward. If you prefer to have a professional do the install for you, we have a network of authorized Rockford Fosgate dealers that can be found on our website. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact our technical support. It's free, and they can be reached Monday through Friday at 1-800-669-9899 or through live chat at the bottom of our website at rockfordfosgate.com. Until next time, I'm Eric. We'll see you again soon.